Howdy folks, Corky Duke here. Bomber Crew is the game and Memphis Belle is the name. And this is a training campaign that I've got going. If you're new to the game, you're going to want to check this campaign out. I'm going to go through how to play this game step by step and mission by mission. So let's go into our fifth mission now. One thing I want to show you, if you're curious about what training level your crew is, just simply go to training, pick out a crew member, and these are the abilities that he has unlocked, and these are the abilities that he has not unlocked. So basically, we're looking for auto tag next, and then call Mustangs is this ability here. So so the next one is auto tag for the radio operator. So anyway, so we'll head into the briefing, pick out our next target, which will be Monserrato, which is our second target of the campaign, and it's the second time we've hit this target, which will happen, and it was historically accurate too, as many of the targets need to be hit multiple times because the enemy would simply rebuild it after it was destroyed. So anyway, here we go, Monserrato. Gentlemen, the target for today is Monserrato. Let's get everybody into their position. And then let's take off. Remember, always lock that pilot in that seat. When things get hairy, you're going to accidentally, if he's not locked in that seat, you're going to accidentally move him out of the pilot compartment. And if you're busy fighting fires on board the bomber or tagging enemy fighters or dealing with other damage, like if something breaks down, you got to send somebody to fix it. And the pilot leaves his pilot compartment, the plane's going to go down. Now you get a warning notice at the top, but sometimes you could be so busy fighting that you don't see it, and then all of a sudden your bomber goes down, and it gets in. Once it goes, I'm not sure how long it is, and I should look into how long it takes. But once it goes into once there's no pilot for such a period of time, the plane goes into a dive and you cannot move anybody into the pilot compartment because the centrifugal force of the plane going into the dive will pin everybody to the wall of the aircraft, and the plane will simply be destroyed when it hits the ground, obviously. So remember to always lock that pilot in there. So now he can't move out. He can't move out now. See? When I click that and the button blinks red, it's reminding you that the pilot's locked. Now, if you want to bail him out, you have to unlock him, and now he can bail out. So far, and I'm going to test this with my research bomber. I'm going to see if he'll bail out by himself or if you actually have to manually bail him out. You may have to manually bail him out. But I will answer that question for y'all later on. And we'll get these focus gunners, get this gunner's focus going. And we got we got the electro system going down. Now, what I'm going to do is we got this whole area here is flak. And you can see the flak starting to come up at us. So we're going to fly through most of it, then we're going to drop down in emergency dive to get to the target. So I'll show you how to do that. This is just avoiding some of that flak. It's, it almost doesn't look like it's going to matter right now, so because it is up on our level. So now you can use emergency dive to put out an engine fire. If you're at medium altitude, when you come out of the emergency dive, you'll climb back up to medium altitude. If you choose a lower altitude, you will emergency dive down to that low altitude. Where's these fighters? I saw fighters. There they are. I knew I saw fighters coming in. And here we are over the target. That was quick. Bombs away. And here's our secondary target. It's a photo opportunity, but it's also a target of opportunity as we're going to choose to destroy it. Oh boy. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. coming up from below us. All right, so we're going to take a photo and then destroy the target. All right, and we successfully did it. And we got, no, there they are. There they are. All righty, we're looking good. Turn around, head home, head for home. Get the, there we go. Get the bombardier into a fighting station, one of the cheat guns. Picked out the right one as the planes are on the right, which is a starboard. Good, got him. All righty, we're looking good. We're looking good. Oh, got to get him. We got okay. Now the fighters are gone. This is when you want to get these crew members into the sick bay. While in between waves. And I usually pick the most seriously wounded one, which in this case was the port waist gunner. And now, once he's done in sick bay, he'll automatically go back to his station. If he's not standing in his station, like he had just got done repairing the electrical system. So if I had to send him to sick bay from that position instead of returning him to his station, he would stand by the hospital bed when he's healed, and he would just stay there. If, however, he's at his station, he'll go back automatically go back to his station. You don't have to send him back there. So that's the advantage. So if you're doing that, you may want to put him to his station first, send him to his station first, then hit the F button, which is what sends him to sick bay. Then when he's done, healed, he'll automatically go back to his station. See, now he's already at his station. So the next person we're going to send is Quinlan. Nope, Scott. We're going to do Scott. Now the advantage of him is the ball turret and the sick bay are very close together. So there's not a whole lot of walking distance. But this is what you want to do. You want to always try to get your crew's health up to 100% before you engage with the next wave of fighters. Very important. So one by one, we're going to heal all the crew. And I'll show you ways once Miller gets his heal ability, his first aid ability. He doesn't have it right now. He hasn't flown enough missions yet. He's not experienced enough. So after that, we'll send Quinlan to the sick bay. And then boom, you see how his face is glowing? That means he's sick, and now his face stops glowing. He goes back to his station, and then I automatically send the next guy in there. And before you know it, your whole crew are at 100% health. Excuse me. And we're looking good. We're this close to base, so we shouldn't get attacked by any fighters. And there is the runway. We tag it, and all we got to do is land. This is the gauge of this is your altitude gauge right here. And I'm thinking every block here is 5,000 feet. So that's 5,000 feet there. That's 10,000. That's 15, 20, and then 25, which was, depending on the model, the 25 to 30,000 feet was the maximum ceiling for a B-17. So depending on what model. I think the B-17 Model G was able to get to about 32,000 feet. Obviously, with each model, they increased the ceiling. Excuse me. Look at this SPD Dauntless dive bombing approach to the runway. Trips me out every time, I swear. Now, we're this close to base, so we really don't need to send Miller into sick bay. Because all we got to do is land, and this is it. We're good to go. Plus, we got enemy damage down for the next 2 missions. Big plus. Because we hit Monserrato, which is I guess the game makes that the enemy damage down mission or something. I don't know. But there it is. Enemy damage down for the next 2 missions. And you can speed all this stuff up by hitting that speed button. And once you looked at everything you want to look, hit continue. Then this will give us our new skills. There it is right there. Radio operator now has auto tag and focus for his if he ever mans the guns. So which we can do that. So and it's quite possible we may have to have him do that. So anyway, that's why you always assign secondary abilities to your crew, every single one of your crew, because you never know what's going to happen. And that way you're properly prepared. Every single position has got a we got some more training, which is the pilot. Now here's something that I think is important. The secondary ability for the pilot, even though he's probably never going to use it, but just in case, always make it engineer, and I'm going to tell you why. Well, we got the engineer. That's his primary ability, which means he will be really fast at fixing things. Okay, and the secondary is gunner. Okay, then the left waist gunner, his secondary ability is engineer. He's already got lean and boost. So if the top turret gunner's out on the wings, and let's say he's out fixing an engine, and and this has happened before. I've actually done this. We got a leak in our fuel tank. I send the left waist gunner to the engineer spot to transfer the fuel to the other tank, and to even engage in the lean ability, at which he can do that. So anyway, that's pretty important. Now, if you lose both the engineer and the left waist gunner, you still got a backup engineer, and you can have somebody else fly the plane while the pilot goes in and leans out fuel, because pretty much that's what you're going to need. If you're in that situation, you're going to need to lean that fuel to make it back to base. So, but anyway, so let's take a look. I don't think we're ready for our fuselage yet. Nope, 5,000. Well, we still can't get the 50 calibers. So, hydraulics. Well, let's do the radar. It seems like the logical thing to do right now. Doesn't leave with much money left over, but that's okay. All right. Now, those positions on electronics, hydraulics, and radar is probably all we're going to do for the rest of the campaign. Now, you can go up to 3, but you really don't need it. They will break down once in a while, but you can actually, and I've done this many a times, go through the whole campaign on electrical system Mark II and hydraulic system Mark II and oxygen system Mark II, which we're not even going to mess with that for right now until we get into the second section of the campaign, and we'll start hitting higher altitude missions. Or what we'll do is after we bomb a target, we'll climb to high altitude to go back home the safest way possible. So that was the 5th mission of Memphis Belle. Hope you learned something. If you got a question, put it in the comments. Like, share, and comment on my videos, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I sure would appreciate your help and your support. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Y'all take care. Bye.